Okay, I told you guys we were gonna have a video today. So what we need to start with is we need some really dry dirt. Now, guys that trap up north, they're probably going to use wax dirt, but down here we can get away with, we don't have to have wax dirt, even when it's pretty wet. So I like to get in an old barn or something. People will give this to you. Some people buy peat moss. They'll just go to Walmart and get peat moss. I just use this dry dirt, and I try to sift it. I sift it as I'm putting it in whatever I'm using, and I don't keep a whole lot, which I don't trap as much like I used to all the time, but I just come as I need some. I come and just get some. And all you're after is you don't want a rock or something in it that's gonna get caught in your jaw. So just get that big stuff out of it. You do need a sifter. You can buy them real cheap, or you can even build one out of an old window screen or something. But all it is just some small expanded metal. Probably better to put it in like a 5-gallon bucket with a lid on it or something. But since we're just gonna go set a few traps this afternoon, we're just using this. We've had a pretty big snow, and you can see the tracks real good and see where everything's traveling. We've got kind of a unique circumstance in this part of Oklahoma, and that is the coyotes always have an abundance of food. You know, you think there's probably a family group of maybe 5 in every mile. I mean, there could be more than that. I have no doubt. But just say on an average, in this area, if there's 5 in a mile, I know right now within probably a half a mile of here, there's probably an old dead cow or maybe 2. There's at least 2 dead deer on the road. We've got free-range chickens. That's the main reason that I'm interested in trapping anymore, is because the coyotes are always after our chickens, and they get them too. I mean, it's not that they're just after them. Coyotes, they're the spookiest animal that you'll ever see, but they're the most adaptive. They don't care. Once they get used to humans, they don't care. They know what time we go to the chicken house, what time we come back, when I feed cattle. Animals figure that all out, and then they're taught that as they're born. They follow their parents around. So let's go set a trap.
We're gonna show it what it looks like right now, that dirt.
Okay. This is just really fine, dry dirt. There's one more thing that we need before we get to where we're actually going to set our trap, is we've got to have a drag, some drags. A lot of people use bought ones or make them out of rebar, and this is such a wooded area that I'm just going to use some poles, and they're cheap. You want them green. Don't use old dead, really dead ones. And another thing is, if you anchor the trap down on too long of an extension, coyotes are bad about pumping, what we call pumping the trap, and they'll either pull their foot out, or they'll pull the extension loose from whatever you got it to. And that's why it's good to have a drag. That way, if they pull too hard, it'll break loose and it'll let them go, but they won't get away from you. Not in this country. Maybe in open, really open, like where there's some wheat fields, or if there's a road, they could get on a road and run down a dirt road, but they won't here. So here's 4 drag. They're not very heavy. That's not what I'm after. I'm not trying to make it like really hard for them to pull, because what they're going to do is they're going to hang it up in something. So we'll we'll attach them around the middle, so when they pull, they're going to pull like this. And if they do pull like that, the cable will be coming off sideways, so they'll be hanging in anything that they get close to. It will definitely stop them. Gloves are very important. Coyote can smell better than anything else. They're the most leery of about any animal that we'll trap in this country here. So, all right.
What do you want me to bring?
Usually if you're setting traps like this, I would be better off to have a shorter extension, but this is what I've got, so this is what we're going to use, but I'm going to shorten it up if I can.
How about the cows? Is the cows gonna step on that trap?
No. That's another reason that we wanted to get away a little bit.
Bones. Hi, cow. We don't have feed. You have enough feed.
We have predominantly a south wind here, so we're going to set this trap where the wind's blowing this way. The tracks are coming along here, and we'll want it to circle around. We want it to look like there's been a disturbance, like something's digging. It's good to have something to kneel down on. Okay. We want to think in our mind, this coyote's coming through here and he's smelling. We want him to work this enough that he's going to get in this trap. So we're going to move back. It to be like way below the ground, but we want it packed good, and we want to be able to put enough material on top of it that we can make a spot that he's going to step into.
Show it to them how you do that.
Well, this is a number 3. I believe it's a Bridger trap that I ordered out of Alaska, and it's a very low profile trap, and I've night latched it, what you call night latch it, so it's like a set trigger. Listen.
Oh.
Look. We'll try it again.
Don't try to hurt your hand.
Okay. We're going to try it again now. It should click. Hard to do with these gloves on. See how there's 2 grooves? Right here. See how there's 2 grooves?
Okay.
If we can get it to catch. There you go. Now it's on the night latch. Okay, so put my glove back on. We're gonna put the levers going out this direction. The chain back this way. Lever towards the back like that. And the trap needs to be solid. We don't want it to rock. And it's solid. Okay. Now we're going to sift a little material to give it a dry bed. Just regular table salt. If I can get the lid open, there we go. Just salt it around the edge.
What's that salt for?
The salt, it can actually freeze, but at such a low temperature, it won't get that low, and it won't freeze solid. So it'll let if it doesn't, and you get a little bit of freezing on the jaw or on the pan, then it's going to freeze up and it won't fire. When something steps on it, it won't fire. Alright, so now we're going to take our pan cover. This is just a piece of screen wire, but you can use lots of different stuff. Like pillow stuffing, lamb's wool, wax paper. I've got some wax paper, and what this is doing is it's just keeping your material out from under the bottom of the trap. You gotta really be mindful when you're doing this that the trap doesn't fire. It won't really hurt you, but it will scare you half to death. So and you want to put enough material back on it that you can form it the way you want to form it around it. Like that. Then we're going to put just a little bit more salt and spread some salt around, because you don't want it to just be a foreign scent right there. And you can even take some snow.
That's nice to melt, right?
Like that. Okay, now that's what that's going to look like. We want him to put his foot right here. Okay. Now we need to bait the trap. When you bait, you always want to pull your glove off, because
What kind of that bait?
it's a coyote bait. It's a ground. It's got beaver castor in it, and it's a meat based. So it's just a scent that's not gonna freeze up. And this is for sight, so we want him to come and hunt, because he can see the bones. And then we want him to come into this. We want him to have a pretty good sniff of it. So we'll just stick it right in there, like that. Okay, I'm gonna start carrying stuff back. You want to put, you don't have to like cover your cable super good, but you know, you just don't want something there if the moon's out or something shining where he can see that. So just like that. Now I've got some lure. We're coming into the breeding season for coyotes, so we're going to go ahead and put some lure. This is just like a urine lure, and as we go on, we'll remake these sets, and we'll freshen them, and we'll improve on them. And I really don't see us needing to move them, because this is the main travel area for the coyotes. So we really want the coyote to be able to smell this. So we're going to take and we're going to stick it right there, just like that. There we go. Set number 1.